Okay, welcome back to Shouting Electronics. This isn't actually a repair video or anything like that. It's just basically a little story to tell you. And what this basically is all about. Okay, so I found a safe hidden away in one of my customers' buildings in basically a locked cupboard. The safe had a combination lock, a Sargent and green leaf ink combination there. Okay. Basically, this is on the outside and this whole mechanism is on the inside of the safe. Okay. So I thought, what's the least destructive way to open the safe? Because nobody knew the combination. They basically inherited the safe when they bought the building. Nobody knew it. I thought, okay, there's a few ways to do it. Brute force and the electronics way. So this I stripped out of basically one of these moving light fittings like you've seen me repair on the channel, an OB 600U light fitting. It's a stepper motor, a pan or tilt driver, and this little cog here. So what I did is I made sure this was stayed in place. This is the origin sensor that tells it when this main cog goes to 0. And then I worked and put a little opto isolator on a bracket on a piece of Vero board over here by the motor. So this will basically count every step that the motor does, and this part will tell us, okay, when the dial goes to 0, and I was going to find some way to attach this to the dial. Okay, and then here's a nice little stepper motor driver board that the Arduino was going to run. Okay, now the problem with this type of lock, as you can see, there are basically 100 positions, 0 up to 99. Okay, and then 3 digits. And you have to turn it left a certain amount of times just to reset it. Then turn it a few times, first number back. So it's a lot of combinations and a lot of dialing. Then eventually, if you get the combination right, turn it back, it latches at a point that it's busy pulling this pin. Well, that was the plan, basically. But as usual, everything got busy and they wanted to use the room, so they were just going to close up that door again and forget about the safe. But we had to get into it. So I said there's 2 ways to do it. There's the electronics engineer's way and there's a brute force way. So which one do you think we took in the end? Okay, so basically we go and we cut open the safe below the lockers. We don't know the layout and what's going on, how to open it. Originally I was told by a locksmith you actually drill through above the dial basically, and then once you're deep enough you put a chisel in and you whack it with a hammer, and basically you're going to be pushing this pin out that's holding the locking bar in place. Unfortunately, as you can see, I drilled too low right into this thing and it wasn't budging. Okay, so then what we did is we went and basically cut out underneath the lock. Carry on, you almost hit the millions.
At the what?
Hit the millions of cockroaches or whatever's inside there. So basically, as you can see, we cut a big chunk out of it and got rid of all the fibrous cement inside there. Well, it's basic because it's a fireproof safe, not a money safe really. So then we stuck my hand in there, figured around what was going on, dropped the knob on the floor. I don't know if we just dropped the knob on the floor. And then basically we felt around, and based on what I saw on YouTube videos, the locking bar goes across the top here. Okay? Basically, the bar that needs to retract, this thing's stopping it from retracting. I don't know if I've got the tools to show it. Let's say this is there's an opening in the bar like that. Okay? Good old Vernier to the rescue. So you can turn, or you can turn the handle, but this thing in the way is stopping that bar from moving left and right to retract. Okay? So what did we do once we managed to cut around it and figure out what was going on and sticking our hands in that? We found out you have to hit this, either this whole mechanism or this little pin out. So that's what we did. With a lot of brute force, we actually managed to hit it, so the top of the lock popped off like that. And then we were able to retract the bar. Are you ready?
Yes. Okay, this isn't too hard.
Going there.
This is it.
There we go.
It's open.
Okay.
Oh.
3. We found bank bags with nothing in them.
What is it? Oh wait,
Well, at
what?
least now we know.
Oh.
These must have been
Standard bags.
document files.
Well, it's money bags, so
Okay, well, at least we
got a view of the whole thing, Philip.
Yeah, I got a view. There's nothing else in that safe. Nothing else in
The
there.
safe is primarily, it's a fire safe.
Sean broke my lock.
Okay. I'm getting
There's
it.
the keyhole that you use to set your new combination.
Oh, okay.
Can I stop recording now?
Okay, this is a Chubb Safe CH5567.
Okay.
Took us quite some time to get into it.
Yeah.
And surprisingly, safe cracking and none of the neighbors come to see. Just look at, safe is primarily designed to afford nothing from fire.
Yeah. I wonder what made this mark over here.
It's heavy.
Budging. Yeah.
It's
Pull.
not too heavy, this is the wooden thing.
Whoa.
Wooden thing that we drilled through before we
I
hit.
don't think the grounding would have been...
We would. Yeah, we'd have to make a big cut so that we could make a small cut through there.
Yeah.
Sure. Look at this mechanism. So this is the lock that we force back. It stops this whole bar from moving left and right, which goes and undoes the locking pins, which are... Where's your locking pins? Oh, it's actually this whole bar.
It's like it just slips open.
Just manipulate the handle there. That whole bar slips open, so it's not actually pins, it's plates that open and close there like a shutter. That is clever.
So it basically just grips on the side over here.
Oh, just grips on those edges.
That's smart.
Okay. And then the other other corner screws here. So we actually vibrated this whole lock out. So then
It's golden.
the thing would be to figure out when all those gates are in the right place.
Yeah.
So it'll be a fun one to figure out. And then we can tell what the combination was, put it back together. You've got the back cover. So what did all that brute force electronics engineering get us? Okay, Sean.
Sir, I digged at the bottom of the safe and I found a 5 rand coin.
So we demolished a how many thousand rand safe to find 5 rand? And this is a 1994 5 rand coin. So
I wonder what these pellets came from.
It would be pretty valuable or something.
ball bearings probably from something we smashed to death. Oh, it's from the runners for the drawers.
Oh.
Okay, so this thing was locked 1994 roundabout, because that's the last time they coined. 1995, and it's now 2000, so
Almost 25 years.
25.
15.
15.
Oh yeah, no, you're right.
Well, Sean, congratulations, you won 5 rand.
You can go frame this in your house. Your first ever.
I'm actually going to keep this as a souvenir.
Yeah, I'll keep the lock, you keep the 5. Okay, well. 5 South African rand. And a lot of mess. Yep, so that was me and my assistant and my son busy breaking into a safe to earn a whole 5 rand and also a nice little looking combination lock mechanism. It was kind of cool. So that's why it's something just to keep 5 rand and a lock mechanism and a lot of mess. Hope you enjoyed this little video. If you did, and you like electronics, why don't you give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and also click the little bell icon, and then you'll know when we release videos that are more electronics in nature. Thanks for watching.